What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Fishing with Separate video. Today we're at one of my fishing spots that got absolutely destroyed in the last flood of my state here. Now this spot is completely changed. Just check this out. Now obviously at this spot I used to be able to just walk right down in here with a nice path. And now, there's just a bunch of big boulders in here, and I gotta traverse this very carefully as to not fall or even slip on some of these loose, wiggly rocks here. It can be pretty sketchy. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys right on the hat. I'm not gonna really hold the camera like this trying to traverse down this. It's gonna be pretty treacherous. But I really want to get down into this spot. I haven't been able to fish it in probably a month and a half. So I'm real curious to see what kind of trout we have in here, or if there's any in here at all anymore. So let's get you guys on the hat. Let's move our way down in here, see what kind of luck we can get at this spot. As you can see, we've already made it down a little ways here. The plus side is this is a lot easier to traverse down here. But look at all this broken up mess down here from this just completely given out. I mean, it washed out the whole road up there. I mean, this spot just completely got demolished. But we almost made our way down here. Looks like we have this down tree here. Maybe we can step over this. There we go. Boy, this is tricky. Woo! Yeah, see, this rock is wobbly right here. But I think we pretty much made it down. Whew. This whole area through here is really sketchy to traverse. Oh man, wow. Look at how different this spot looks. This is crazy. This looks surreal fishing here. It used to be a nice spot. It looked all nice in nature through here. And they just like dumped a bunch of big stone down in here. Now one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, check it out. We got some new boots. We got a new net. This one's actually a nice rubber net. A nice rubber net. It's gonna make it nice so our treble hooks don't get stuck in a mesh net. So I'm really glad I got new boots. I got this new net. I'm super stoked. I finally went with some more expensive boots. I didn't go with the cheapy ones this time. I got some nice muck boots. So these ones shouldn't rip holes in them, at least not for a while. But I just wanted to share that with you all before we get started here. But I think that's enough rambling on. I'm super stoked to get casted in here. Let's go ahead and get to it. Now, surprisingly enough, this water is actually pretty clear. So using our nice trusty Panther Martin here shouldn't be a problem. All right, first cast of the day. We're gonna shoot up over to that left side. Little minnows, real small. That minnow is like an inch long. Very small. It's casting right up in that white water there. Oh, got a good bite. Fish on. Nice. Let's go ahead and get him over here. Get him back in the water as quick as possible. Let's get him in the net. Nice. Let's go ahead and wet the hand real quick. Let's see how he's hooked. He's hooked pretty good. So let's go ahead and get the pliers out of the bag so we can get him free. Boy, he gobbled that right down. Oh boy, I hope we can get him off here. I'm gonna have to wet my hand and take him out of the water most likely. He gobbled it real good. Let's hope we can get this hook out of him just fine. There we go. He came right off. I'm gonna put him down here below. There is some nice holes down there that he can survive in. We got actually a nice hole right here too that we could try. It's nothing too deep, but in this brook I've seen some nice trout right up in these small holes. We're a little tangled up here though. That trout got us tangled up pretty good there. Let's hope the spinner still works good. Oh yeah. All right, before we go back to the big hole, I want to just try this one right here. Oh, we got a bite. Very small one though, nothing. I do want to try over at this right hand side though. Oh, we got bit. That was a decent trout. I saw him come for it. Let's try this left hand side for a second though. That was a good bite. Very good bite. Holy smokes. We just got throttled. Oh my goodness, there's a good one in here. And I mean a real nice one. No bite, no bite. Holy smokes. We got throttled on that. Oh, he almost hooked up. We had maybe like a 4-incher right there. Little bite. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna let this sink right down in the middle. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds before we retrieve it in. Oh. We had a good bite there for a second. Close, but no cigar. See if we got something down there. We'll let it sink. Oh, yep. Oh, that was a good one. He decided to turn around once we got a little close to the shallow. We'll try it right back out here, right in the middle. Fish on. Good one, good one. Real nice, real nice. This has to be an eater. He's trying to get it tangled up in that barb. Oh, yeah. All right, come on. Right in the net, right in the net. Nice. Oh, he came off too. This one actually isn't as good as I thought. We got him right in the net though, right before he came off. We're gonna keep him in the water. I'll get you guys one good look at him before we put him right back in. Oh, look at this. That's gonna be a problem. He's trying to swim right through these holes. Come here, little guy. Check him out. He's pretty decent. Again, we're gonna put him right down there, right in that hole. I don't wanna put him in this hole because I don't wanna startle any other trout in there. That was a decent trout though. He was not bad, but he just was a little shy of what I wanted to eat. But he was fighting good. He felt like an eater size for sure. All right, let's try it again here. Nothing. I'm hoping that there's some good ones left up in here. Fish on. Good one, good one. Oh, this one, he looks like an eater. Oh yeah, he's real nice. Let's get the net. Let's get ready to net him. Nice, right in the net. He's an eater. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Nice, boys, that's a good brookie. Holy smokes. Oh, nice. He's just barely hooked right in the corner of the mouth. Let's go ahead and get this hook right on out of him. There we go, hooks right on out. Oh yeah, he's a nice one. Definitely an eater. Look at him. What a beautiful brook trout. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice. He's got some good girth to him. This is our insurance policy, just in case we don't catch another bigger one. We'll definitely keep him to eat. Let's go ahead and give him a quick bonk. Put him out of his misery. There we go. Just give him a couple bonks. That way he doesn't suffer. He's pretty decent. He's probably about 10 inches, maybe a little longer. Nice trout though, real nice. Stick him in the net, we'll give him a quick wash here. Nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set him up on a rock over here while we continue to fish. If we fish for a good while longer, then I'll make sure to get him back in the water. That way he doesn't spoil. But we're still pretty early on. I want to get some more fishing done here. I can't remember where we caught him at. Can't remember if it was over here or over to the right. Little one, another like 1-incher here. Let's try over to the right. Fish on. Nice. Oh, he came off, he came off. That's all right, he was small. He was maybe about 5 inches or so. Nothing too crazy. Nothing we necessarily want to keep. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we caught that big one over here on the right. But it seems like they're bunched up over here underneath these bright rocks. I think we have some bunched up underneath that falls too. We're gonna have to try that out. All right, we're gonna try to get it right back up in that white water, let it sit again. I can't help but feel like there's another decent one in here. What we might do too, now that I'm thinking about it, I might go ahead and fish my way down here too if we stop getting bites up here. There's another couple of holes down through here that have some good fishing in them. Oh, good one, good one. Oh my goodness, this might be bigger than the other one. Oh, it is. Oh, 100%. Don't break us off, don't break us off. Get out of there. Don't come off, don't come off, don't come off. In the net, come on, yes! Nice. Oh my goodness, this is another really good one. Nice. We'll get him in the water here. Oh boy, it looks like this, he might have choked this down. I can't really tell if he's hooked in the eye or not. All right, got the hook out of him. Let's get him in the water. Woo, he's lively. Look at him go. We got that hook out just fine. He's biting our net here. Hold up. We already have a nice trout to eat. I'm not gonna keep another one. I wanna keep this hole with some good jeans up in it. We'll set him back right up in there. Some of you might be new to my channel and don't really know my values when it comes to fishing, but I'm not one of those fishermen that likes to keep my limit. I only keep what I'm really gonna eat for the day. I don't really like to take a whole bunch home. Occasionally I'll take maybe 2. At most I'll take 3 if I have family that wants some trout. But if I have a trout that I'm already gonna eat, it's a good size. If I catch more good sized trout, I'm not gonna keep them. I like to send them back in the hole. That way there's some good genes up in the pool just to keep repopulating up in there. But that's the way I kind of am as a fisherman. I like to let some fish survive up in here. That way I can keep coming back and there'll be nice fish up in here. There's no need for me to be stingy at all. So I usually advise anyone who likes to watch the videos, try to do the same. Only take what you really need. Leave some for other people. It doesn't hurt nothing. One good thing I am seeing out of this hole is I'm seeing a bunch of 1-inchers up in here, little 2-inch ones. So there is some nice babies in here that'll end up growing nice and big. So that's a big plus. I'm gonna give it a couple more casts here though before we move on. I think we've caught all the nice trout in here. So I want to move on and see what else we got. Yeah, I'm just seeing a bunch of small trout. We'll give it one more cast here. We'll finish it off. Yeah, we're not getting any more follows. Let's go ahead and find a stringer for our trout and then we'll move on downstream, see what other luck we get here. Let's see. This one's actually pretty decent. As you know, I do not carry a stringer with me at all. I always just use a stick. This one's actually really nice. Nice smooth, no ridges on it. Let's just hope it's sturdy enough to hold the trout. Nice. Look at that. Perfect. Can't complain. This right here is the part I really love though. I do love coming to my roadside holes and fishing them. But there's something I really enjoy about just walking down through all these brooks. You just get a nice change of element. You can see a bunch of different spots. It's just really fun. It actually looks like right here might be pretty decent. I don't see any trout in there. But it does get deep right up in here in this little cavern. Yeah, that's what, all right, we're gonna try this hole real quick. So I'm gonna get you guys back on the hat. We're gonna pretty much speed run our way down this here. We're just gonna try to hit as many spots as possible before we get this cook done. But at least we did secure a trout, so that's really nice. So let's go ahead and get you guys on the hat. See if we get something out of this hole too. All right, right down here is where I'm thinking. It gets real deep right here. If I had to guess, there would probably be a trout up in there. But he's got bit. Couldn't quite see the size. I don't see him coming for it again. All right, nothing. We're gonna keep on moving down. I wanna go ahead and get to a spot too where I can get my trout in the water so he stays nice and cool. But yeah, check this new net out. It's carbon fiber. I actually love this net so far. It's absolutely lovely. I love how the treble hooks don't get caught. It's just safer for the fish. It's just great all around. I'm super stoked I got this net and my new boots. These things are doing great so far. Right here looks like it could be good, but I need to put my trout in the water real quick. We'll let him rest right here. Stay nice and cool. All right, so we got a nice deep pocket right here in front of us. It looks like maybe there'll be a trout sitting up in there. It's a little bit weird to cast at. Not seeming too promising here at this little hole. Yeah, we're gonna keep on moving. Let's go ahead and grab our trout. So what I'm thinking, we actually have a nice culvert spot over here. Another roadside hole that comes in. That's where I'm thinking we're probably gonna have more luck. Depending on how it changed during the flood, that is. But right here it looks like it could be pretty decent. Huh. Nothing. All down and through here got hit pretty hard. So I wouldn't be surprised if I don't catch anything down in here. But it's worth a shot. I mean, I've fished down in here earlier this year and had some seriously good luck. Now this hole right here looks nice and deep though. Wow, I'm really surprised. I really would have thought there would have been something in this little deep pocket. I mean, it's pretty deep, so there's plenty of hiding spots for a nice trout. But it just doesn't seem like there's anything in there. Huh, yeah, nothing. All right, let's keep moving down. Right here is where that other brook comes in. And right up above here is where that other culvert comes in. It looks like we might have a clear shot up in there. But we can just cruise right up in. Oh yeah, nice. It doesn't look like it's changed too much. We still got this big ledge right here, which is very slippery. I remember it last time being real slippery. Oh yeah, this hole still looks really good. I see a little minnow right there. Nice. This hole has a nice deep spot right in the middle. A little bit difficult to cast out there though. I see a little mini brook trout. It's always a good sign. Oh, he came out of nowhere and smoked it. Holy smokes. Let's get him up in the net. All right, get him right in the water here. This guy's hooked pretty good. Wet the hand. Oh, there he goes. Swim off, little guy. He's trying to hide underneath my boot. Oh, what a weird one. As soon as he came off, he went flopping right in the water and immediately went to go hide underneath my boot. And that's not a very safe place for him. What a nut. But hey, we did catch another trout up in here. Oh, that's a good spot. I thought for sure we were gonna get lit up right there. Nothing on that cast. I don't know, I'm not seeing any more follows at all. That might be the only trout up in this hole. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing else. I'm gonna change the position of our casting. I kinda wanna get it over towards this right side. Oh my goodness, I thought so. There's a trout sitting right underneath those rocks right there. He just saw it at first glance. Oh, he missed it, he missed it. See if we can get him. All right. New plan of attack. So they're sitting deep right now, very deep. They're actually right underneath that rock. So I believe that if I can get it right there, yep, right in that deep pocket, do a nice little retrieve here. A little baby one came out. Oh, that bigger one is not coming out to play anymore. He might have been spooked. Yeah, I don't know. He's not coming out anymore. I'll try a couple more things here. I'm gonna try to drop it right in front of him and do a couple jigs. See if we can get him to come out and play. Nothing. That's all right. I'm not seeing any more bites up in this hole. So let's go ahead and grab our trout and we'll keep moving on down. I'm not sure how much further I'm gonna go down. I guess it all really depends on how easy it's gonna be to traverse. I mean, I'm seeing some down trees right here, but I do see what looks to be a little pool that we might be able to get something done at. But I think if we don't get any luck here, it looks like it's gonna be pretty tricky to traverse. So if we don't get any luck here, what we'll do is we'll start making our way back up. We'll fish that other big hole one more time before we go ahead and do our cook up. Oh yeah, this looks real nice. It looks promising. But we gotta traverse through this here. I love having new boots that don't have holes in them. It's amazing. All right, let's try this hole out before we move up. As you can see, this looks a little tricky to cast. So we might have to just do it right at the beginning here. Oh, we're tangled up too. There we go. Little one. Maybe like 2 inches. Super small. I might try to maneuver a cast in there. Ooh. I can't tell if we just got bit instantly or if we were hooked on something. Oh, it looks so nice down in here. So this right here wasn't down last time I came. And I could walk right all the way down through in this. And it was just such a gorgeous spot to come and walk through. Really stinks that that flood happened. That's all right. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move up. We'll go ahead and fish that one big hole. We'll give it a couple casts, see if we missed anything up in there. I don't think we did. I think we fished it pretty thorough, but it doesn't hurt to try. I want to get as much fishing in here today as possible. The weather's iffy for the rest of the week, so I don't know if I'll be able to fish anymore this week. So for the fishing I can get done, we got to make the most of it. It feels so weird walking up into this spot now. It just used to be so nice just to walk right up in there and not have a problem. It's probably going to be a pain to walk out of here. Yeah, it might be rough. Oh well, but we're just about here at the big hole again. So I'm gonna get you guys back on the hat. Let's finish off some fishing and get this cook started up. I've worked up an appetite. It is dinner time after all, and I haven't eaten dinner yet, so this will make for a good appetizer for when I get home. Let's go ahead and get fishing. Before I fish this hole again, take a look at this rock. What in the world? Check that out. What? That is weird. I have never seen a stone like that. Huh. You know what I'm thinking? I wonder if this is like an old wheel of some sort. A wheel for something, maybe back in the native times. That really makes me wonder. I mean, how often do you see a rock with just a perfect hole punctured right in the middle? Huh. That is cool. If any of you know what that is, let me know down in the comments. I mean, that just seems too weird to be natural. Seems strange. But let's get back to some fishing here. Check this out too. If you look all the way up through this culvert, I don't know if it's quite big enough for you all to see, but you can see where the water and all the debris just completely folded that culvert in. I wonder if they're gonna end up fixing that or not. That is wild. It's crazy how destructive water can be. That is crazy. I just saw one brookie come for it. Hey, close to 4 inches maybe. I was kind of just giving it a little reel and a jig every once in a while, and he was coming for it. I'll give it a couple more casts, but I've been casting here for about another 10-15 minutes and I haven't seen a single thing. Last bite we saw was when I was jigging it over on the right hand side. But after that, there was just nothing. All right, we'll call this one the last cast before we go ahead and get our trout all prepared. All right. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any more luck. Let's go ahead and get going on the cook portion of things. We got ourselves a nice flat rock here. Nice and sturdy, can't complain with that. I'm trying to get you guys a good camera angle with some nice views behind me. The sun might mess things up a little bit. My fat butt will most likely cover the sun for most of the part anyways. But it looks like we got a nice spot for our stove here. I keep forgetting to get a new butane tank because we are almost out. Like, we are really close to being out. It's getting a little sketchy. Now, one thing we gotta do is I gotta go ahead and gut this trout out. The battery's a little bit low. We're getting to the lower side of things. We might be okay, but I'm just gonna head over here. I'm gonna gut this trout real quick, and I'm just gonna do a standard gut on it. If some of you don't know how I got my trout, you can check out some of my other videos. I've done it multiple times. So if you're really curious on how I got my trout, go ahead and check those other videos out. It means the world to me. All right. So we got that all gutted out. One thing I forgot to do is I forgot to put some scores in the meat. That way it doesn't curl so bad. I'm still gonna have to wash it off one more time because this surface is not the cleanest to be using as a cutting board. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off one more time before we get this cook going. This trout doesn't have a whole ton of meat on it. With the head taken off, it's not too horribly big, but it's a nice little snack. I mean, it is the biggest one. I mean, probably the one after this was probably the biggest one out of this hole, but I can't really complain. I'm kind of glad we left the bigger of the trout. It's always funny because sometimes I get comments on the video talking about how small the trout are and stuff like that. But if you're catching and keeping the biggest trout and you're cooking the trout, you're just killing the hole that you're fishing. So you're ruining your own fishing spot. I would rather cook the smaller, like medium-sized ones. That way my spot can constantly replenish with healthy trout. I mean, that makes more sense to me than to just keep the biggest one out of the hole. And obviously, from the title of the video, you might have already seen, we're using the Slap Ya Mama seasoning. I love this seasoning on trout. It just doesn't get much better than this seasoning. It just gives it such a good flavor. Now what we gotta do for sure, we gotta go ahead and start our stove up, let this oil start getting hot. There we go. Didn't really want to start it first. Let's get some oil up in this pan. Sorry if this camera angle isn't the best. Just trying to make the best of what we got. That's what these videos are all about. Go ahead and spread that oil around. Let that get nice and hot. Make sure we didn't rub most of our seasoning off here. Beautiful. Check that out. Seasoned up in that Slap Ya Mamas. It's gonna be great. That oil is already piping hot too with this cast iron. Let's go ahead and set it right up in there. So because my battery life is getting really low on my camera, I decided to kick it off. I'm only gonna show you guys little clips of me cooking it. That way I can save the battery life for when we eat this trout, because I know it's gonna be delicious. So I'll give you guys a couple quick looks right now. It's getting golden brown already. I love how fast the cast iron cooks. I mean, it can cook a brook trout so quickly. I just love cooking in the cast iron. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut the camera off. I'll most likely kick the camera back on when we start eating this trout. So we'll catch you guys then. All right, our trout just finished up cooking. We're just letting it cool down. I've just been taking in the views ever since we've been here. It's really nice to see the sun peeking through the trees. The sun's going down. We're losing more and more daylight as the year goes on. We're getting close to getting into fall, my favorite time of year. I love the fall time. You get that little bit of crisp air in there. Oh, I love the fall time. But check this trout out. Just a beautiful golden brown. I've really been knocking it out of the park with my cooks here recently. I've got it down to a science pretty much. And we've been cooking the trout perfectly. But I want to let it cool down a little bit more, so I figured I would just take a moment to thank you all again for the support on the channel this year. We've seen 2 times the amount of growth over last year's growth, and I just cannot thank you all enough. We've just been getting so many new subscribers, so thank you all for joining this lovely group of people that we have subscribed to the channel already. So thank you guys so much. If you enjoy the videos, just make sure to drop a sub down below. You don't have to, but I just like to ask, just so that it helps grow the channel. It means the world to me when you guys do. Even if you just want to drop a like if you like the content, comment down below. Give me any constructive criticism if you guys want to. I don't mind getting criticism on the videos. It just helps me make these videos more enjoyable to you. Or if you like the way they are, you like certain aspects, let me know down in the comments below. And I love reading the comments. I read and reply to every single one. So thank you guys if you guys would do that. But I think that's enough rambling on. I know I talk a lot, but I think we're gonna get ready to eat this trout. I gotta set you guys up, and let's go ahead and take some bites of this delicious brook trout that we caught today. Ugh. We actually have a pretty nice seat here. The trout's a little far away, but that's no problem. What a beautiful day outside though. It's like upper 70s, probably like 78 out, sunny, it's beautiful. But before we run out of battery life, let's go ahead and eat some of this delicious trout. Let's take these fins out here. All right, first bite. To anyone eating and watching, cheers. Let's enjoy our meal together here. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good. And that slap ya mamas is so good on trout. It just doesn't get much better than that. Look at this. That's a big piece of trout. It actually came off of both sides. That was a big bite. Holy. Whew. Still a little hot. Oh, that's so good though. That slap ya mamas, oh my goodness. Ever since one of you viewers have told me to use the slap ya mamas, it has been just game changing. The way that slap ya mamas just adds on to the flavor of the trout. Most seasonings, they draw from the flavor and you taste more of the seasoning than you do the trout. This one just pairs really well and it just tastes fantastic. Oh man. You know what we're gonna do? Check this out. We're just gonna get all that meat right on off the bones. That way we don't have to pick it off. There we go. Some animal will find that. We actually got one of the fins off too. Perfect. This trout wasn't very big, so it's not a whole lot to eat here. We do have another fin here. This one's right off the back. All the bones came with it. Let's go ahead and finish this trout off before the battery dies again. Oh man. One more pretty big bite here. I might break this up. I don't want to eat the rest of it all in one bite. That skin actually got nice and crusty. It's got some good texture. All right, last bite. Oh man. There's nothing quite like the flavor of brook trout. Man. For some of you who have been watching since even last year, you know that I used to switch it up quite a bit. I used to do some rainbow, brown trout, brook trout. This year has been mostly all brook trout. And that's because I just love fishing for and eating brook trout. It's just something about it. It's just different, you know? The flavor I enjoy a lot more. And the fishing, I just love coming to a nice stream and just adventuring up and down it. It's really nice. But anyways, the battery on this camera is about to die, so let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new Fishing with Separate video. Today we're at one of my favorite spots to come to. If you're not new to the channel, you know this spot very well. I come here very often. Now this spot has changed quite a bit. Last time we were here there was a bunch of debris up in the water here. All that is now cleared away. The spot's gotten a lot smaller since last time we were here. But I mostly wanted to come back anyways so that we could fish down below and see what kind of action we got down below here. because I've never ventured down into this spot before. And it looks like it may be relatively easy to get down there. We're gonna have to try it out, but as always, we're gonna try right here in our roadside hole first. See if we have any big fish lying around in here that maybe we can do a nice catch and cook with. So that's enough rambling on. Let me get you guys on the hat. Let's get casted in this water, see what kind of luck we can get here today. As per usual, we have the micro setup with a nice panther martin tied on. My favorite to use at my roadside holes like this. Now, one thing I'm noticing so far is this water is crystal clear and I cannot see a single fish in here, which is slightly concerning. They might be hiding underneath the rocks, I don't know. But it could be too that someone fished this hole out. I'm hoping not. Oh, we got bit, we got bit. Right off the bat. Alright, they're in there. Maybe they're just hiding. Hiding down deep, maybe. Okay. That looked like a decent sized brookie. I don't know. Let's get back out there. Huh. I'm not seeing nearly as many fish in here as there used to be. Yeah, this is weird. Not seeing many follows at all. My main concern is that this spot is either highly fished or maybe this hole is too small to hold the amount of trout that was in here before. I'm not seeing nothing. We had a couple good bites, but right now I'm not getting nothing. We're gonna change our position here that we cast from. But I am seeing some like weird string. I'm seeing some random wrappers down here. Look at this, there's like Hostess cakes and stuff. I think someone came down in here and had a field day and just completely wiped this hole out, which is kind of sad because this is a really good spot. It's gonna be upsetting if this spot just gets completely ruined because people overfish it. Oh, please. I think we had a bite maybe? I don't know what was going on there. I'm just not seeing nothing coming out for it here. Might not have any choice but to move on down and see what we have down below. Oh, good brookie, good one. I just watched him come out and bite it. Oh, he was biting it on the fall, but he missed it. Let's try again. I watched him come right out for it. Fish on. Pretty nice brookie, pretty nice one. Oh, this is a real nice brookie. Okay. Oh my God, he's so lively. Holy smokes. This is a good brookie right here. Real nice one. Real nice. One of the better ones of the year so far. And up in the net he goes. Nice. Oh my goodness. That's a good brookie. Oh, that's a good eating size right there. We might keep him. I do believe there's another one in the hole, so we will probably keep this one. This is a perfect eating size. This is all we're gonna need right here. We'll keep this one and we'll release all the other ones we catch for the day. This is a real nice brookie. Probably one of the better ones I've caught out of this hole, to be honest. Oh, he's got some crazy teeth on him. Oh, he's loaded with teeth. He's a big old boy. He's not making it easy for us to get this hook out of him. That's for sure. Every time I get him flipped to get this hook out, he wants to rotate. Yeah, we're gonna have to wet our hand and grab him real quick. He is being difficult. This is a male too. As you can see, the lower jaw hooks up a little bit and goes past his front upper lip. They call it a hook jaw. So he's a male trout, so we will end up keeping him. There we go, look at him. He is a really nice trout. He's got that beautiful orange belly on him. Let me drop it. Very nice, look at him. He's a beauty. He's definitely one of the better ones I've caught out of this hole, and he is a gorgeous trout. Whew, what a beauty. Any other trout we catch out of this hole here, we're just gonna let go immediately. I have seen a couple little small ones in here, so I don't feel too bad about taking a big male out of here. If it was a female, it'd be a different story. We would let her go right away, especially coming up on fall spawning here pretty soon. But we got ourselves a little bit of a early dinner here. Wow, that's a nice trout right there. I love this time of year coming to these holes We get some nice, decent sized fish here. That's a good brookie. Woo, nice. That's what we're talking about right there, boys. Now I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue on fishing here. We're gonna lay the trout down. It's actually a little bit chilly out today, probably around like high 50s. So we're pretty good to leave that trout out for a little bit. That's enough rambling on. Let's get you guys back on the hat. Let's get casted back out in this water, and we'll head down here pretty soon so we can see those spots down below before we do our cook up. Wow, that's great. I was really worried there for a second. Let's get you guys back on the hat. All right, let's see if there's any more up in here. Ooh, that was a feisty little one. Oh man, there is some more up in here though. I'm letting it sink fully and then I'm retrieving it in, and it seems that that is doing the trick. I'm not sure how many more bites we'll get here, but it is a plus side knowing that there is some more trout up in here. They're sitting way down low though. Fish on. Nice, I knew there was some more up in here. Oh, he came right off. Good. He was a small little guy. He was only probably about 4 inches or so. But they're up in here still. Very, very good. I just saw one come for it. I couldn't really see how big it was. All right, we'll give it 1 or 2 more casts here before we start making our way down. I'm real curious as to what kind of holes we have down below here. Oh, that was a decent bite. That was a decent one. Get it right back out there. I want to give it 1 more cast close to the rocks. Oh, that's pretty good right there. All right, yeah, we'll call it that. We'll let these fish continue on another day. All right, now we got to find a stick that we can use to carry our trout along here. What do we got? Take a quick look around. Just need to try to find something small and sturdy. Looks like we might be able to find something over here. Let's take a quick look. Well, we might have something right here. Ooh, right here's a good stick right here. Nice. Let's hope it's not super fragile. Seems to be pretty good. Oh yeah, that's plenty good enough here. Break it off so it's a reasonable length. Let's go back and get our trout. There we go. Real nice. Perfect eating size brookie. Now let's get moving on down. Let's hope we can find some nice holes down here. Now it could be too that that hole up there has gotten a lot smaller. So there is a chance that maybe these trout move down a little bit. That way they could find a more suitable food source that's not as packed full of trout. And I think I might see a pretty decent hole. We got a couple little pond skipper holes through here. So I'm gonna get you guys back on the hat so we can fish these pools all the way down. All right, as you can see, we got a bunch of little pools here. That pool here looks pretty deep. It looks like there's a little bit of cover. Let's go ahead and put our trout down. There might be one hiding right up in there. Definitely not one in there. I would have thought that someone would have been hiding right underneath that stump, but I'm not seeing nothing. We'll grab our trout, keep moving on down. Right there, looks like it's gonna be our first obstacle that we're gonna have to overcome. We got a couple down trees right there. That could make it a little tricky to navigate. Hopefully it's not too tricky though. I don't want to make it too difficult for us to get back up. But look at this. We got boot marks. Someone's been down in here. Someone has had the same idea as me. You can see it all right down in here. Unless those are my old boot tracks from a long time ago, which I highly doubt it. See, somewhere like right there, even though it's small, it looks like it could be promising. Let's go ahead and try that. Set our trout down. Whenever there's like a tree stump, even though there's very little water, if you just put it in there and you jig it a little bit, you never know when something's gonna come out for it. Not seeing nothing though, to be honest. But look at this right here where this down tree is. This is all different down in here. I don't think I've ever come this deep down in here, but I'm also trying to keep an eye on all this water to see if I see anything at all. Right in between these stumps here, it's all nice and deep through there too. But I think if we get past here, we actually have a clear shot of getting right down in there. The problem is we have to navigate around. We pretty much have to break some of this here. All right, let's get right up in here. There we go. One thing that's concerning, you all might be able to see it because of the camera. It should show pretty clearly, but we got some pollution up in here. Pretty crazily, actually. It looks rather nasty right here in this section. So there definitely won't be any trout right here. Our best luck is probably down a little bit further, maybe after this running water. A good running water will clean it up pretty good. I know one thing, I wouldn't drink this water. No way, no how. All I'm seeing up in here now is I'm seeing some nice fresh deer tracks. I'm not seeing any human life up here. No signs at all. So even like this small hole here, we'll try this out real quick. Nothing there. Keep on moving. That's the cool thing about brook trout too, is when you find a hole, if there's a trout in there, you'll most likely get bit. At least with brook trout, you'll most likely get bit within the first couple casts. And you'll know there's trout in there. Now for other trout, it's a little bit different. You could take a good amount of casts and not get a single thing. It looks like there's a little hole right here. Very, very small hole, that is. Oh yeah, I doubt there's anything up in there. Yeah, that's not big enough. So this right here is actually looking a little bit familiar to me. So where my other roadside hole is, I think it's down here just a little bit more of a ways. And I think we're actually coming up on it here, because this looks very familiar right here. I think my other roadside hole is just right down there a little ways. I don't know how much further I want to go down. I'm not seeing any trout in here at all. It's really shallow. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I might cross right here. I'm gonna set my trout in the water probably, let it stay cool. And I'll probably just get right up on this little hill. I'm gonna take a look down and see if I remember any of it, if it looks super familiar or not. But we'll set our trout right there. He won't go away. But let's move down a little bit here. All right, let's see if any of this looks familiar. No, wait. This doesn't look, right here looks like a real good catch and cook spot though. I don't know how much further I want to go down necessarily. We'll still grab our trout just in case. Just in case we find somewhere good to cook down here. It doesn't look too horribly familiar to me. Let's go ahead and grab our trout. This right here actually isn't too hard to navigate. This is gonna be a bear den right there this year, I bet. There's a little bit of a deep spot there, but no good hiding spot for a trout. So we'll keep moving. Look at all these down trees though. I don't know if I want to traverse through all this, but there's no holes through here. This is actually pretty tough. I'm not seeing many deep holes down in through here, which is a surprise. I would have thought there would have been a crazy amount of deep holes up in through here. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just peek around here and look down. If nothing looks promising, we'll head back up to where I said it looks like a good cooking spot. And we'll start our cook up, I think. Yeah, I'm just not seeing nothing too good. It might, I don't know. I guess we could head down maybe. Right here. We'll take a look down here. We haven't gotten much luck fishing other than the nice eating size. I'd hate to do a catch and cook and us only catch really one good fish. You know me with my usual videos, I like to get as many fish as I can. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a little tricky to navigate through here, especially with this tree. Yeah, it just looks too tricky down here. And I'm not seeing any good holes at all. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and head back up. We'll stop at that one spot that looked really good. I mean, just look at how peaceful this is though. We are out in the middle of the woods. Nothing in sight. One thing I do want to recommend is if you ever have the chance to, Just come out here and do one of these. Even if you just want to fish and not cook. If you're not a big fan of eating trout, you could just come out to some of these spots like this and just enjoy some of the sounds of the water going. Get some of the views in. It's just beautiful out here. There's nothing but forest. Oh man, it's so gorgeous. And it might even be easier for you all too. You might not have all the down trees and crap like this. But where I live at, we've had multiple floods within a year span. And it's just causing havoc on these streams. That I've been able to get as many catch and cooks done this year as I have. But anyways, back to the point. Just come out and do some of this. Come out and adventure. It's a lot of fun out here. It's peaceful. There's no one out here but yourself and your thoughts. It's really peaceful out here. But let's go ahead. Let's make our way back up. Let's find us a nice cook spot. And let's go ahead and get this going. Alrighty, I don't know if you can see, but we have this beauty of a rock here. Nice big rock. Not too flat though, that's the problem. But this is a really nice spot. We got a nice corner here. Plenty of stones. We got the nice creek background noise. Maybe we could set up some other rocks maybe to flatten this out a little bit. I don't know. We actually have this big rock right here. Look at that. That's a big old flat rock. I don't know if I can quite lift it. I might try just to put it up here. And we'll take some other stones and we'll flatten it out. We'll use that as a nice cook surface. But this big rock is nice because we can use it as a cutting board. My parents actually made me a really nice cutting board too that I'll hopefully have in the next video after this. That way we have a nice board where we can cut. I don't want these rocks dulling my knife up. I probably should sharpen it as it is. It's getting a little dull, but I think what we're gonna do is I might try to set up this big rock here. We'll go ahead and set this up here. We'll get it nice and flat. Get us a nice cook surface. We can do a nice good cook here. Let's go ahead and get to it. Look at this really flat stone too. It's really flat, but it's not really big enough. We'll keep it aside though, just in case we need it. That other rock wasn't happening. That thing was at least probably 100 pounds. And maybe not that much. It was probably like 70 pounds. Still very heavy nonetheless. I did find this one here, not too bad. I'll set it here as an option. I'm gonna keep looking around though. See if we can find a nice one. This one right here is perfect. Nice and flat. We might actually just be able to balance it right here. Not too shabby. It's a real nice stone. Sweating real bad though. Oh man. Let's go ahead and get our cook stuff out here though. Let's go ahead and grab all of our utensils. Then need our lighter. We are almost out. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough to do this cook. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Different pan than the cast iron. The cast iron's dirty right now. I'm really nervous that we're not gonna have enough juice in that canister to get this cook done. I'm keeping my fingers crossed though, but I really need to remember to get a new canister, especially before I go out again. We also have the mosquitoes coming out now, trying to give us that triple E virus or something. Dirty little buggers. That's pretty decent right there. Not too shabby. All right. Now let's go ahead and gut this trout out. Let's go ahead and get this cook going before it gets too dark out. As most of you know, when it starts coming to fall time, we start losing a lot of that light. So I'm pretty much just gonna do a pretty standard gut on this here. It's gonna go right in through the rear end all the way up. You just make a nice incision right above the head here, right until you feel it go through that backbone. And then you can just peel the head and the guts right on out of there. This other fin was stubborn right here, but we'll go ahead and cut that right off. There we go. Leave that for the animals. And then we're just gonna score that kidney right on down through here. All right, now we're gonna go wash this blood right on out. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if any of you watched last week's video, but if you haven't, I highly recommend you do right after this video. But last week's video, the brook trout we caught had some really pink meat in it. It was actually more orange. It was like a nice orange meat. This one's just straight white meat. but it's a decent sized trout, so I don't know why its meat is so white. That's all right regardless. And one thing I am gonna do, we're gonna put some scores up in this meat so it doesn't curl too bad on us. There we go. It's pretty good. We'll go ahead and set our stove up here. We need to grab our oil real quick. Now since we're low on butane here, we're gonna make it really quick. I might cook with the heat up a little higher. But let's go ahead and get this oil up in this pan. Pretty much as soon as this oil gets hot, we're gonna be throwing that trout right up in there. So we're gonna have to be pretty quick and stealthy with this here. There we go. Let's go ahead and season this trout up real quick before we throw it up in the pan. Last week I went a little too hard on the seasoning, I think. There we go. I'm not gonna waste any time. We're gonna throw this trout right up in there. All right, it's cooking quick already. That's what I like to see. I think we might have just enough fuel to get this cook done. I didn't fully dry off the trout, so it's kind of popping a little bit. Getting all over me. Yeah, but that's my own fault. This trout is smelling really good already. And luckily some of the smoke is helping draw some of the mosquitoes away. As per usual, I like to go ahead and set the trout on its back a little bit, cook the back meat through. It's actually how you can cook it through way quicker. The back meat is way thicker than the rest of it. So if you put it on the back and let that cook a little bit, then you don't have to worry about the uneven cook, where the sides are fully done, but the back isn't. So that's why I like to set it on its back and let it cook a little bit. That was an epic fail. Oh man. All you can really do is laugh about it. I kicked the stove off for now while I think of something to do here. Oh man, I really don't want to waste this trout. Oh, that stinks. The only thing I'm really thinking I can do is to wash the trout off very gently, just to get some of the dirt and rocks off, and put it back in the pan for a little while, re-season it up. It's the only thing I can really think. But this trout's gonna be super hot. We're gonna go ahead and give it a real light rinse real quick. That wasn't too bad, but what we gotta do is we gotta definitely dry it off now. Let's pat it dry with our shirt real quick. Yeah, this pan is super wobbly. Take the pan back on. This pan isn't the best. I prefer my cast iron. This one can very easily wobble off. We'll throw a little bit more oil in the pan. We might be able to salvage this catch and cook, who knows? But most of that seasoning came right off in the water. Let's give it a little light seasoning here. All right, back in action. 3-second rule, right? I really hope this trout isn't gritty. I mean, I washed it off pretty good. This is definitely very interesting for a catch and cook. This might work out. This might just work out. The trout's pretty much done anyways. This meat's flaking right off. We're gonna go ahead and kick this pan off now. We're gonna be super careful not to do that again. Wow. All right, well, while this cools down, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit, get ready to eat this trout. Hopefully it still tastes really good. I didn't want to waste this trout, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and wash our utensils off. We got it cleaning up here. All right. The one good thing about using this pan is the handle's not as hot. I'm still using my stove bag just in case it's a little hot. But as you can see, this trout is just falling apart. Oh man. I really hope it's still good. It's going, oh yeah, look at that. The back fin just came right out with the bones. The mosquitoes are getting worse, but a piece of that back meat fell right off. Look at that. That still looks delicious. Well, let's go ahead and give it a bite. Hey, that actually tastes really good. Holy smokes. We might have salvaged it here. This is what we're gonna do here. We're just gonna go ahead and peel this meat right off these bones. That way we don't have to pick around it too much here. Look at it just falling right off here. It's still pretty hot. Let's go ahead and peel this right off. There we go. We pretty much got all of it right off of there. Some animal will get that. And now we just got all the meat right there. These mosquitoes are getting ridiculous. We need to eat this pretty quick. But make sure to stick around too, because I'm probably going to take a couple more casts up at the hole up above. We're not going to wrap the video up right after this. We're going to go ahead and travel up, see if we can get a little bit more fishing in before we head on out of here. But look at that big old piece. Boy, that's still really good. Boy, that is good. One thing I'm actually doing, which I didn't even think of, is I'm just trying to eat it without the skin. And it is really good. Surprisingly enough, I haven't gotten a single rock or any grit, so that's a big plus. Just about done here though. Go ahead and get this last. Let's go ahead and get this last bite right here. Oh, that is good. Alright, let's go ahead and clean this pan up. Let's get all of our stuff packed up. Let's go head back up and let's see if we can get some more fishing done here. Alright, I just took a look at our camera battery. We're actually really low on battery. So we're actually just gonna wrap this video up. I gotta get out of here anyways. But thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. We're able to salvage this catch and cook, luckily. I might upload this in the winter time. I don't know yet. Depends if I get another video or not. But anyways, thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. It means the world to me. If you guys want to drop a like, comment, or subscribe, if you enjoyed this video at any point in time, it means the world to me. And if you guys want to see more videos just like this, make sure to click on the video or the playlist right on the side of my face here. And we will catch you guys in next week's video. Alright, see you later, guys. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Fishing with Separate video. Today we're at a nice little creek here. And it doesn't look like we'll get much luck here, but we still have to try it out. The water levels are scary low everywhere in my state. Ever since we got flooded out, we haven't had much rain. So all these creeks are getting pretty low. So hopefully we can still get a nice catch and cook done here today. Fingers crossed. But we're going to be navigating this up and down. It seems like it's a little bit deeper right by this bridge here. So I think that's going to be enough rambling on. Let me get you guys on the hat, see if we can get any luck here today. As per usual, we got the micro set up with us today. Seems like it's nice and deep over here. Here we go. As per usual, we got the micro set up with our little Panther Martin spinner on. I think I just saw a fish. As soon as our spinner hit, I'm pretty sure I saw a fish just peel out. I want to move down onto this bridge just a little ways. Yep, I just saw a little one. He went right in the deep spot over on the side. That little one went right over where this kind of tarp is on the side here. And we catch the tarp right away. That is not what I wanted to happen right away. Luckily I can still see it, but whenever I get caught on these tarps, it's usually a pain to get it out. Let's see here. There we go. We're able to get it right on out of there. On the plus side, we did see a little trout go right up in there. I'll give it one cast right on down there. All right, here we go. Before we move on down, we'll give it right here. Oh. He went right down in there. I don't know if he was spooked or if he was actually coming for it for a second. He might have spooked. Let me move right in here. They're going right down up in there. So that's the second one that I've seen come right up in there. Yeah. Doesn't seem like they're gonna bite. That was a decent sized trout though. So at least we know there is trout up in here. Big plus. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and move right on up. Hopefully we can find some nice little pools. What we could do too is we could tie on a micro tube. Just in case, because some of these pools are not very long. So I can't really do a good retrieve on them. So we could try a tube, but we're going to definitely stick with a spinner for now. Yeah, there's not one there. Alright. We're going to go ahead and move on up here. Lots of big rocks for trout to hide under here. But it's not very deep. Nothing there. Let's try to sneak one over this way. Nothing there either. We're pretty much going to have to keep moving on up until we find a spot that definitely could hold a trout in it. But let's keep our fingers crossed here that we can get a nice decent sized trout. I'm thinking out of pools like this, it's not too horribly deep, but I can still see where there could definitely be some action up in here. Just be careful moving up in here. Okay, right here looks pretty good. I don't see any trout, but they could be hiding and blending in pretty well. Got one. Fish on. Fish on, boys. Oh, he came off. No, 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 no. No. Boys, that was a good trout, too. That was a good trout. No. He came right out from the rock that I was thinking he was going to come out of. And I knew right away he wasn't hooked up good. Bummer. We're going to have to keep moving. He ain't going to bite again. But right here looks pretty decent, too. Right along these rocks. No bites there. Looks like we have another little hole here. Let's try to traverse very carefully. Yeah, right there looks pretty decent. But as you saw, that hole wasn't very big, but there was still a decent sized trout in there. And I think that this creek through here, I think it probably is usually pretty good fishing. But the water is just so low, they have nowhere to go. Yeah, this looks pretty good right here. There could be one hiding anywhere here. Nothing. Now right here doesn't look very deep, but that does not mean anything. Let's see if we can get something out of somewhere. Ooh, nothing there, but I think I see a hole up here. Pretty much at any hole that's kind of waterfalled down a little bit, it's been pretty decent. And right up here we have one of those type holes. All right. Let's take a look up here real quick. This hole up here, I think we might be able to get something pretty decent at. Oh yeah, this looks actually pretty good. This hole's actually a little bit deeper than the other ones. I don't want to get too close. This water is super clear. I don't want to spook any trout. And we're right up in the tree. Whew. I just saw a trout spook. We got caught up in the tree and some leaves fell, and they spooked a little bit. Oh, that was a decent one. He didn't hook up, he didn't hook up. That might be an eater, that might be an eater. Hold up, another one, another one. Okay, there's some decent ones in here, as I thought. Fish on. Decent one, decent one. Oh, I don't want him to come off. Chill, little guy, chill. He's decent, he's decent. In the net, nice. Ooh, he might be an eater, boys. Woo! I don't know, he's right on the line, but he's a good one. Very nice. Let's wet the hand real quick. Oh yeah, he's an eater. He's an eater for sure. Really nice. Perfect. He's on the smaller side. He's probably around, let's see. He's probably around 10, 11 inches maybe. Maybe a little bit longer. Looks like he got these hooks pretty good too. Nice. This is the good one that was biting us the first time around, I'm pretty sure. Nice. Alright, we got him off the hook. Whew, nice. This hole actually doesn't look too bad either. Alright, let's go ahead and give him a quick bonk before we move on up. We might take a couple more casts here as well. But look at that. Pretty nice brookie. He is a male as well. Exactly what we're looking for out of here. Give him a bonk. Alright, we got him all bonked off. Let's go ahead and give him a wash down here. Somewhere where we won't spook any trout. Let's give him a nice little wash. Go down a little further here. I want to be able to give him a good wash. Nice. There we go, boys. Definitely no award winner, but he's definitely going to eat. And he'll eat very well. He's a decent eating size. He'll definitely taste good on the menu tonight. Nice. I was really thinking when we pulled up here, I did not think we were going to get it done. But luckily, we found this one hole here. This is a pretty good hole. There's still more trout in there too. I don't know if they'll bite because that other one was thrashing around pretty good. I doubt they'll bite here. Yep, I just saw another trout. He's sitting on the bottom right over here somewhere. We must have casted right on top of him. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep on moving up. I think I see another good couple little holes up there. And we'll try those out before we cook our trout up. But we do have to be aware of the time. The sun is going down. So I don't want to spend too much time fishing. We want to make sure we have enough time to cook and not lose any daylight. All right, we're just keeping our trout in our net for now, but we got to navigate up here, and it does not look too easy to navigate. We got to be careful too. These rocks are super slick, and I do not want to fall. It honestly looks like it might be easier for us to cross and go up. This is all pretty steep and big rocks here. Problem is, we only have this one rock right here to stand on. There we go. Navigating through this stuff sometimes can be very, very tricky. I do gotta say too, my other boots are a lot more comfortable, but my girlfriend's wearing those ones. These ones are very stiff. There's not much flex to them. So it can be a little tricky to navigate with that too, because my feet already hurt real bad. Let's keep on moving up though. Looks like maybe we could have something through here. Let's go ahead and flip our trout over here, so it's right on that rock. Oh, look at that. We got a little grub in there. I bet you that'd be pretty good fishing bait right now, but the spinner works really good for us. So we don't even really need it. This part of the water is a little too much, too shallow. Let's go ahead and get our trout back in our net here. I think I'm honestly gonna take my glasses off. We don't have any more sunlight. Ah, boy, I don't know. Actually, it does help with the water, obviously, being polarized. Yeah, we're gonna cross again right here. There we go. We'll just keep moving our way here. As you can see, we're starting to get into fall here in the northeast. The leaves are starting to fall and the leaves are changing. I love this time of year, especially the fishing. As you can see, the brook trout are starting to get that orange color on their stomach. They usually have it anyways, but I want to try right here real quick. Right underneath this little falls. Oh. We had one biting us right there. He wasn't very big. Fish on. No way. Let's go ahead and get this trout out of the net. And let's get this new one up in here. This one's very small, super skinny. Let's be careful not to step on our other one here. Let's keep him in the water because we're gonna let him go. Let's go ahead and wet the hand real quick. He's still got a lot of fight in him. Now if he goes right back into the hole. Nice. Oh, we got a hook caught in our net here. He was hooked pretty good, but he swam off just fine. So I ain't too worried about him. He will make a survival out of that. All right, let's get our trout back in our net here. Looks like he's taking a leaf with him as a souvenir. Let's keep on moving up here. I'm not sure how far I want to go up, but I think I want to catch a couple more trout. Even if we don't keep any more trout, I just want to get some more fishing in, you know? When I do these videos, I don't like to have just one fish and then cook. I like to do some fishing for some entertainment before we cook it up and everything like that. Oh boy, looks like we're snagged up. This hole's a little bit more shallow than I thought. There we go. We got it out. We will take another cast right here because it looks super good. I think we just got bit right in there. Nothing on that cast. We'll keep moving up. There's a bunch of little pools up in through here. Maybe we'll have one that's a little deep. But we do need at least a little bit of water to run our spinner through. So I don't know how high we'll go up. But let's try to catch one more fish at least. Oh, it looks good up here actually. Let's try to catch at least one or two more before we cook this up. And let's remember this is here because we can get up easy and we can walk the road back to the truck. This definitely looks like it'll produce a fish though. All right, let's see if we can get a couple more here. This hole looked pretty decent, but this one up here looks the best. It looks like it could be nice and deep right there. So that's where I really want to get to more than anything. We got to navigate underneath these tree branches though, which I hate because usually there's spiders up in here, but it's all right. But I do want to cross here too, actually, now that I think about it. Oh yeah, up here looks really good. There's some good cover right here. I'm gonna stand back here. There's definitely a trout in here somewhere because I didn't get one on that cast, honestly. All right, let's keep moving up a little ways just so I can change the angle of our cast. I wanna bring it right through here where the deep is. I'm willing to bet you that there's a trout under one of these big rocks. No way we didn't get one on that cast. Fish on. Nice. He's a good one too. Very nice. He might be the same size as the other one. Maybe not as fat, but let's check it out. Let's get somewhere that's away from the hole so we don't spook any other trout that might be in there. Oh yeah, nice. Let's wet the hand real quick. This is very interesting. This is two completely different color trouts. I think one might be a female, the other might be a male. I think this one might be a female. Actually, I do not know, now that I think about it. The first one's definitely a male. This one, I do not know if it's a male or female. But if I had to guess, I think it's a female. Ooh, this one gobbled down the hook pretty good. We might be keeping a second trout here. Unless we can get this out of him relatively easily. There we go, we got that hook out. Let's take a quick look at him. I think this is a female, if I had to guess. Just look at the color difference. Let me pick these two trout up here. Actually, I can get you a side-by-side right here. As you can see, this first one is completely different color. I think the first one we caught is a lot prettier, actually. But this one, I don't want to keep a second one, so we'll let that one go right on down there. Very nice, though. Shoo! Nice. We got two good-sized trout that we caught on this trip here. This brook actually is very nice. I was skeptical when I first pulled up here because it did not look good. But now, I'm definitely starting to like this spot some more. We'll definitely have to come back here for sure. And we'll definitely check this spot out again. Seeming to be a pretty good spot. That big one is right underneath that rock there. But I can't help to think that there's not another one sitting down deep in here. We're getting bit. That was a small little guy though. No way, that's it. These trout are sitting deep. Very deep up in there. Let's cast it down in there again. Alright. I don't think there's any more fish in this hole. Let's take a quick little look up. I want to see what we're working with up above us here too. I also like to take mental notes of different spots up in here so I know if I can come get another video at a different section of this brook later on. And this road goes way up from here, follows this brook way up, so we can definitely come back eventually and get another video. But I think we're gonna get another fish right here at this hole. It looks pretty good. We got fish on, boys. Whoa, okay. I thought we were snagged for a second. Let's get him up in the net. Just a little guy. Still pretty decent for this size brook, but hey, we got another trout. I am very happy though with this spot. Let's go ahead and get our pliers out here. Let's go ahead and wet the hand and get this guy off. He's definitely a small little guy. Don't want to keep him. He's not making it easy on us though. Alright, come here little guy. We're trying to let you free. He is fighting us at every level here. Alright, there's that one there. Let's get him back in the water. Nice. I do want to take one more cast right here before we go. We got to find a nice spot to do our cook too. Something we got to keep in mind. I actually forgot that I have some soft taco shells left over that I was going to use here today, but I completely forgot them because I was going to make a couple of fish tacos, but I guess we'll save that for next week's video or something. All right, last cast of the day and no luck. Usually when I say last cast of the day, it means a couple more, but There's only so much I can do with these little holes, and I think that's about all we can do here at this spot today. We're definitely starting to lose some sunlight, so I want to get cooking this trout up. But we have to find a good rock where we can do so. Just try to scour our, try to scan our surroundings here. I don't see anywhere that's too good to cook up. This hole was definitely the best one though right here. This is a good hole. It's actually pretty deep up in here too. Flows down this big rock right up in there. I had some good luck there. But let's see. Looks like we have a nice big boulder down here maybe. Looks like it's under that tree. But we're done fishing though, so I can finally take my sunglasses off here. Whew. I actually forgot to charge my camera battery yesterday, so hopefully we have enough to get this cook done for battery life. This rock doesn't look too bad either. Let's check this out. That one's not very flat. I think what we're gonna do here, boys, is I see a nice big boulder over here. I think we're gonna go right there to do this. And what we'll do is we'll flatten it out if we need to, but let's just take a quick little walk over here. All right, as you can probably tell, we had to switch over to the GoPro. My other camera finally died. I kind of figured it would be, but we're gonna set up right here, right on this big boulder. I think this is gonna work out pretty good. We're gonna have to flatten it out a little bit, which is no big deal. What we can probably do is we can probably find some rocks where we can set it up nice and flat. But there wasn't really any other good rocks around here that we could set up to do a nice cook. So this is probably our best bet, where I could probably, you know, like right here at this spot, I can stand up a little bit and do the cook. All the other places were pretty down low and I'd probably have to squat to do it. And these knees are not very good. So yeah, I think this is where we're gonna do the cook. Now let's go ahead. We're gonna have to find a nice flat rock that we can set up here so that we can get a nice flat surface to cook on. So let's go ahead and try to find us a flat rock. We don't even need anything too big, but we just need something pretty flat that we can set up and we can level out. Problem is most of these rocks are pretty round. I'm not seeing any flat rocks anywhere that we could use. This is tricky. Now this rock is pretty flat, but it's wet, which is a problem. This is tough. I guess let's get some of this size rock here. I guess we can try to make this stone as flat as possible. I mean, that's not too horrible, but it is pretty wobbly. Ah, man. None of these rocks are very flat. I'm also just trying to scope around, see if maybe we have another flat rock that we could cook on here. Hey, you know what? I think we're just gonna have to make this work. As you can see, we're really running out of daylight here. We gotta really pick up our pace. So we're not gonna hesitate. We're not gonna waste any more time. We got everything set up pretty good here. The stove is flat enough. But let's go ahead, let's gut our trout out. And let's get ready to cook this up. We gotta not waste any time. So I'm just gonna do this standard gut here. Unless you're new to trout fishing, then everyone pretty much knows how to do this kind of gut here. You pretty much just go in through the rear end, you go all the way up until you get to the gills here. I like to make sure to cut all the way up. And then what you do is you go ahead and cut right behind the head, go down until you feel the spine crack. And you can just pretty much peel all the fins and the guts out with it. And just like I said earlier, just from looking at it, I could tell that this wasn't a female. And there you go, not a female at all. We'll throw the head and the guts right in there for the other critters to enjoy. And then you can just score the kidney here, just like so. I'm gonna set the knife over here on the bag. We'll wash this out real quick. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some scores in the meat. That way it doesn't curl on us. Now I don't want to get this trout dirty again, so what we're gonna do is probably try to cut it on our bag here. I just want to put a couple scores in the meat. That way it doesn't curl too bad on us. I'm only gonna do 2 actually, just to make it easier. This trout's not too horribly big, so it's not like it needs a whole lot of scores on it. Just enough to keep it from curling away on us. Here we go. Now let's go ahead and get this stove kicked on. We'll get some oil heating up in our pan. And we're losing daylight real fast, so we gotta try to make this quick here. There we go. Keep the heat down just a little bit. There, that's pretty sturdy right there. It's still pretty wobbly. I really don't like how wobbly this is. I'm actually gonna kick that off real quick while we try to figure this out. It actually looks pretty flat over here. We might cook it right here. That's actually pretty sturdy. That's not too bad. It's gonna be a little cockeyed, but at least we don't have to worry about it falling off, which is my big concern over there. Go ahead and move our fishing rod. We'll kick this back on. Let's get some oil up in the pan real quick. It's pretty decent. We just gotta be super careful not to wiggle that pan too much on there. Let's go ahead and season our trout up with some Slap Ya Mama seasoning. Inside and out. You don't have to be too generous with the Slap Ya Mamas. A little goes a long way. All right, we're gonna waste no time. Let's go ahead and get our trout right in the pan there. And what we're gonna do too, while that cooks on one side, we're gonna go ahead and clean up our station. We don't have a whole lot of time, so we're gonna have to really multitask here. It's getting crazy how dark it is. One thing that worries me too is my other camera is better in dark light than the GoPro is. So the darker it gets, the more the quality of the video is gonna diminish. And I really don't want the quality to go too far down here. All right, let's grab our tongs here. We gotta give it a flip. It wants to curl pretty bad here. Let's try to flatten it out a little bit. There we go. Let's get it up in that oil. We'll go ahead and leave our tongs there. Now let's get our oil, our seasoning put away. We're actually doing pretty good here right now, folks. I mean, once we get all this put away, we can pretty much eat whenever this is done. And then once we're done eating, we can get on out of here, head back to the truck, and then we can really call it a video. We're gonna need this though as a pot holder. Usually right about now, I'd be getting a nice camera angle so all of you can enjoy the nice water here, but since we really had to rush this, we really couldn't get as many good views as we wanted to, which is okay, you know. I hope you all still enjoyed this video, and as always, I advise you that if you enjoyed this at any point, to make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the video reach more people, and it helps this channel grow too. But let's take a look at the trout. It's looking good. We're gonna have to flip it again here. Oh yeah, looking fantastic. But anyways, thank you guys again, as always, for all the support on this channel. It has been amazing this year. I can't believe how much the channel has grown. Right now, I think we're almost at 600 subscribers, which is amazing. Hopefully we can hit 600 soon, and hopefully we can hit 1,000 at some point next year, or maybe if we keep growing, maybe we'll hit 1,000 by the end of the year, who knows. But thanks again. And anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish cooking this trout, and we will resume once it's all finished cooking up. So I'll see you guys then. All right, now this trout's been cooling down for a little while, but it's still sizzling hot. It's crazy how hot these pans get. And they stay hot for a long time. But it is cooked all the way through. It looks amazing, smells amazing. I just know it's gonna taste amazing too. But just for some reference here, it is 7:01 right now. It's absolute mind-blowing how dark it's starting to get earlier in the day. It's gonna make it harder to get these videos for you all after work. It's real tricky. But you know, it's just the way the world works, you know. Pretty soon here, I won't be able to do any more videos for the year. But just to keep you all updated, I have filmed a bunch of winter videos for you all throughout this whole season. And it's usually the videos I get where I do not do a catch and cook. And I think I have about 16 to 17 of those right now. And I'll have some compilations for you all. So you all will have videos all throughout this whole winter time, just to keep you all entertained until the next fishing season starts. But that's enough rambling on. Let's start taking some bites of our trout here, which looks and smells phenomenal. Let's get some bites here. I'm only gonna film me eating a couple bites, because then I gotta really focus in, eat it as quick as possible, and we gotta get out of here before it gets too dark. But take a look at that meat there. Bon appetit. Oh man, that slappy mamas never ceases to amaze me. There's another good bite right there. I think we got some fins right up in there. Let's take those out. Most of that bite felt right off. Boy, that is good. One thing I'm really wishing too is I wish I would have remembered to grab my taco shells so that we could have done a nice fish taco here. But like I said, that will be coming up. We'll start making some trout tacos, and maybe we'll do some other cool recipes too. But I'm gonna go ahead and quickly finish eating this trout. But we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it any time, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world. If you're interested in some separate merch, links down in the description below. But anyways, we'll catch you guys in next week's video. See you later, guys. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new Fishing with Separate video. Today, we're at this gorgeous waterfall spot. We drove about 30 minutes to get here. I got my girlfriend with me today taking pictures. Hopefully we can get a nice big brook trout to do a catch and cook with. This brook looks absolutely insane. We have some spots down through here. We got our boots on. We do have a nice waterfall straight up ahead here too we could walk to. It's a little bit of a walk, so we're gonna start out here, but here looks really good. So I'm really stoked to fish here. Now I'm gonna get you guys on the hat. That's enough rambling on. I wanna see what kind of luck we can get here today. All right, so we do have our micro set up here with us today. And we just got a nice Panther Martin tied on. As you all know, that's my favorite. We're not gonna waste any time here. Oh, all right, I do see one brookie. He was decent. Couple inches maybe, like probably 5 inches or so. And then we had a little one. All right, I see a good couple of little ones here, but nothing too big from the looks of it. Oh, we were getting bit right at the bottom. All right. Oh no, not creek chubs. This is never a good sign. Oh boy. We might just end up killing this creek chub just so we can get him out of here. It's never good. Go ahead and I'm just gonna kill this guy. I don't want him up in here. We're just gonna leave him right there. Every creek chub that we catch here, we're just gonna go ahead and kill him off. Oh, that's not good. I hope we didn't drive all the way out here just to catch creek chubs. Fish on. Oh, this is a brookie. No! He came off. No! That was a brookie. I saw the colors on him. He had a bright orange belly. He was a good one too. He was an eater. We were getting bit. All right, they're hitting right in that white water. They're sitting down low. Go ahead and try to get out there again. All right, that is a good sign though. We know there's brookies in here. That's a big plus. I'm not sure if we just had a big fish or if we were just hooked up on something. Bunch of little fish. I don't know if those are trout. I think they are. There's like 6 of them. All about 2-3 inches long. Yeah, there's a ton of creek chubs in here. I hate seeing creek chubs. Fish on. That's a brookie. Let's go ahead and get the net. Up in the net he goes. Nice. All right, I'm gonna come back over here to let him go. He's still a little small. Smaller than I want to keep. Let's get him right back in the water. Oh, he came right off. All right, perfect. Let's get you one good look. Get you guys one good look at him here. He got himself jammed in the net. Oh, there he goes. Nice. Couldn't get you a good look at him, but that's all right. But hey, we know there's brookies in here. That's a good sign. Now we know that it's not just creek chubs up in here. Seems like the trout are sitting right underneath that water. Oh, we just had a good bite. Let's get it right back out there. Whew. I was letting it sink on the bottom and something was eating us real good. That was a brookie. I saw him maybe like 3 inches long, but I saw his colors. John. And that's a creek chub. Add him to the kill pile over here. All right, let's get right back out there again. That's how you know it's starting to get to fall time. You're starting to catch leaves. But boy, I do love fall fishing. We're not quite there yet though. We're still getting tons of bites here, which is surprising. What I'm gonna do is I'll probably give it, I don't know, 5-10 more casts here, and we'll make our way down. These rocks are super unsturdy. Oh no, did we break off? I think we were just snagged. Bummer. Luckily we have a couple more panther martins, so we'll tie on another one here. We might actually do a micro tube here because this spot seems like it'd be pretty good for micro tubes. I think we'll go with a Happy Meal color. And I actually remembered here recently to buy some more of my hooks here. Brand new pack of 132 ounce ball jig heads. The reason I think this will be good here is because I think most of them are sitting under that white water. So if I can just kind of let this sit in there, let them play around with it, see which one will hook up on them. There we go, look at that. We'll go ahead and tie that on and we'll see if we get any luck here with this. All right, there we go. Micro tube all tied on. Let's get it right up in there. Oh, we had a fish on, but I think that was a creek chub. I'm almost certain of it. We were getting bit again, but they are not hooking up at all. Oh, we're getting bit. I think those are a bunch of small creek chubs. They might be a bunch of small brook trout, but whatever is biting is not hooking up regardless. I think they're biting just the little tail of this tube. Getting bit? Yeah, I don't know. We're just getting a bunch of small bites with this right now. I'll give it a couple more casts and then we'll move on down. I don't think we're gonna get any more bites here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it sitting under that white water for a good minute here. Oh no. There we go. We were snagged there for a second. All right, one more cast. We're gonna start moving up and down this stream. I lied, one more. Yeah, we're gonna move on down. We're just not getting any luck at this big hole, but we might find some more brookies down further if we head on down. Be careful, some of these spots are deep. All right, we'll take a couple casts from right up here, right up above. This hole looks like it could be deep enough to have something in it. Ooh, we have a nice big pool down there. We got some nice falls. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and just head right on down there. We'll give it a try. See if we can maybe get us a nice brookie. Worst comes to worst, we'll tie on another panther martin too, but for now I want to stick with the tube so we can get as many bites as possible. Oh yeah, this is a nice falls right here. This is a big pool. You might have to cross, babe. I'm gonna cross. I'm gonna go around over there and down. It looks like it'll probably be easier. Yeah, that one down there. Okay. All right, right here is where we're looking at. This pool is huge. I actually don't know if we're gonna stick with the, I don't know if we're gonna stick with the tube here. This is looking like a really good spinner spot. Really pretty. Ooh, these rocks are super slippery, boys. We have to be careful here. We're getting bit. Whoa. Fish on. Creek chub. Ah. Exactly what I don't want to catch here today. I've seen a huge increase in creek chubs here recently. Ah. It's like creek chubs are starting to take over in these bodies of water. Getting bit. Fish on. Oh, he came off. I'll give it a couple more casts. They're not hooking up on this. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll probably tie on another spinner in hopes that we'll get some better bites. I'll give it a couple more casts though. Yeah, they're not hooking up by any means. This is its last chance before we tie on a spinner. Let's see what it does. Yeah, spinner it is. They're just not getting a good hookup on these tubes. I do have some more spinners though, so that's the way we're gonna go. We'll get better luck that way. Probably gonna have to dig through the bag a little bit to find these spinners that I had bought, but I know they're in here somewhere. Aha! All right. So I think what we'll do is I usually use this one right here. I'm gonna try this one out. I've never tried it before, so I'm real curious as to how it's gonna do. See if it'll become our new favorite color of Panther Martin. And I know that in the video right now, this water is gonna be really loud, so apologies in advance for that. I'll do what I can with editing to try to make it not as loud. But that's just the sad reality of fishing at a waterfall. It's just really loud all the time. We got a nice good breeze though, that feels good. Jesus. All right, we got that tied on. Now let's just hope that the spinner can get it done here. We were getting bit right here in front of us. I might try to let it sit right by the waterfall. Good bite. Oh, we had one on the whole time. He's just a small little creek chub. Ah, man, I'm so sick of catching these. All right, we'll go ahead and put him out of his misery. We'll let the animals get him. Huh. All right, that was another creek chub. They just keep coming. We had a fish on there for a second, but it felt like another chub. Another small creek chub. Ah, man. I couldn't see what that one was, but if I had to guess, it was probably another chub. No, not another chub. This is a bigger chub than the other ones. We're definitely gonna kill him too. We gotta get these out of here. All right, we got him off. We're gonna put him out of his misery. Sorry, little guy, you're in the wrong place, wrong time. There we go. We'll give it a couple more casts, but I don't see us catching anything else here but creek chubs. We might go hit up another stream that's somewhat close to here that might have better luck. Another decent sized creek chub. This one's gonna go too. All right. We'll go ahead and put him out of his misery too. All right, last cast here at this spot, and then we're gonna move on. See if we can find another spot around our area here. Oh my God, big fish, big fish. Holy crap, big one. This has to be a trout. What is this? Big fish, big fish. Nice, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Look at the size of this brookie. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes, boys. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Are you kidding me? This brookie's a monster. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? This is the biggest brook trout I've ever caught. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. We're getting pictures of this, boys. We're eating this one too. Oh my goodness. This is a male. I can tell by his lower jaw. He's got a hook jaw on him. Whoo, he's got so much life. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me right now. My legs are shaking, boys. You have got to be kidding me. What a monster. Let's get this, try to get these hooks out of him here. He's feisty. There we go, hooks out, hooks out. Oh my goodness. He's got us all tangled up here with our pliers and our net. We're gonna, oh my good gracious. We're gonna bonk him out. We're keeping him for sure. Biggest brook trout I've ever caught. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, just to put it in perspective here, look at the size of that brookie. Holy smokes, big old brookie. You've gotta be kidding me right now. I'm just out of words right now. I don't even know what's happening. That was the last cast I was doing at this hole before we moved on to hopefully catch, you know, brook trout somewhere else. But because we were catching so many chubs, I didn't think it was possible that we were gonna catch a trout here. But as you can see, he's got that nice little hook jaw there. That's the only reason I'm keeping this big brookie. If I caught this big brookie and it was a female, I would have let it go right back into this hole. But this is a male, so there's no big deal. He most likely already passed on his genes. That's absolutely insane. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. He's a fat chunker too. Boys, I thought I was snagged up because this trout was fighting so hard. I thought for sure that we were snagged up on something until I felt the fight. Oh my goodness. Try to get some of the slime off our hands here. What a monster. Let me get you guys a comparison to my hand. Look at the size of that trout. And he's a fat one too. I know I'm rambling on about it, but this is my PB brook trout. Oh my goodness. What a big trout. He's got a lot of meat on him too. He's a fatty. Oh man, that is awesome. I'm just in shock. All right, real quick, boys, we're gonna put him on a stick to get him right in the water. Hopefully we can find a good one that'll hold him. He's a big one, so we're gonna need a decent sized stick that can really hold a big trout. What a monster. Now I'm gonna put him somewhere, probably right here in the water. That way it keeps him from spoiling. I actually got a comment on my last video. A subscriber or viewer had recommended that I get some sandwich baggies and just put the trout in there. He wouldn't fit in one, sadly, but I forgot to bring sandwich baggies with me. But what a monster trout. Oh my goodness. Little one. What is this? Another chub. There he goes. We'll let that one go. He's super small. He'll be bait. I cannot believe we caught that big brookie. Holy smokes. He actually bit it as I was jigging it over here right in this deep pool, which is the surprising part. I didn't think anything was gonna bite it on the jig. I was just giving it a try. And he bit it right in the middle of this deep pool. Just nice jigs up in there. And he destroyed it. I'll give it a couple more casts here before we move back up. Find a good spot to do a good cook at. I'm so pumped that we got a big trout. All right, one more cast. We're gonna start heading our way back up. We might hit that other pool way up high too. See if we have another monster brookie in there. Yeah, we'll finish off with that. We're gonna head back up with our trout. We'll head back up to that other hole. We might have somewhere good to cook. And we'll see if we can catch another monster brookie. It's gonna be a little tricky making our way up here. This is some tricky navigation here, boys. Very, very tricky. Oh my goodness. Please got water in the boots, boys. Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, we're wet. Oh boy. Huh? Did you really? All right, we're slowly running out of camera battery, so we're just gonna finish off with a little bit of fishing before we start cooking. See if maybe we can get a big old brookie here too. All right, I don't think we're catching anything else here. So I think what we should do is we should find a good spot to do a cook at here. Nice flat rock where maybe we can have a seat. We got our trout over here in the cool water just to make sure he doesn't spoil on us. But we do have a nice decent rock right here. That might have to be the one. All right, so I set up a good rock right here. It wasn't too good of a spot that we could really set up, so I decided to make my own. Now we just gotta get our stove set up. We'll go ahead and gut our fish out. Now, this fish is actually too big to fit in our cast iron. So we're gonna have to figure something out with that. To be honest, we might just do a fillet and take the other fillet home possibly. All right, we got our stove all set up. Let's go ahead and start gutting this fish out. Just gonna do a nice standard fillet here. It's gonna go right through the rear end all the way up. Now I probably should have bled this trout, but it's all right. Just gonna go ahead right through the top of the head here. Now all of those fins and guts will come right on out. There we go. You think we should take it home for the boys? No? We'll throw it in there, then the fish will enjoy it. Now we just gotta score our kidney here. Now we're just gonna go right in the water here. We'll just go ahead and get that right on out of it.
Whoa!
Huh?
That was a big fish that just jumped from right there.
Up top?
Yeah, it jumped down.
What?
I'm serious.
A big fish?
A big fish, probably the size of that one.
Whoa, all right. So, my girlfriend just saw a big fish come right down the waterfall. Show them the waterfall real quick. We had a big fish that just jumped right off the waterfall into this water here. It looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit more fishing. Now this camera battery is almost dead, so we're gonna have to probably switch over to the GoPro here in a second. Let's go ahead and wash our area off here. I'm not sure if this is gonna fit in the pan or not, but you can see the slime coat still on it. Just wants to slip and slide down this rock. So what we're gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to level this out some more. Alrighty, so we had to switch over to the GoPro because my other camera died. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna cast in here. We're gonna see if we can get a hold of that big fish that jumped all the way down this waterfall. I'm hoping we can get it to bite. That would be insane. If we got another trout that size, I'll be shocked. So I'm gonna get you guys back on the hat. We got the GoPro now. Let's see if we can get any luck here. What's funny is we're all set up for the cook here for the most part. But when there's a big fish that just jumps down out of nowhere, you gotta take advantage of it. Let's hope that he's still hungry. We got a dragonfly that's real interested here. You see that? That dragonfly was really interested in what we're doing. If I had to guess, that big one's hanging out right underneath that fast moving water there. We'll give it a good couple casts before we go back to getting our cook done here. So I'm real interested if we're gonna get this big one to bite or not. One thing we might do too is I might try jigging it over here. Since that's how we caught our other big one, we caught it by jigging it in there. We just had a pretty good bite. I think I just saw a big trout in there. I think he came for it. I do not think he bit though. All right, we'll give it one more cast here and then we're gonna work on cooking our trout up. If he's not biting yet, I don't think he probably will. All right, here we go, last cast of the day. All right, I lied, one more. We gotta get it to be a good one here. We gotta make it count. Yeah, just some more of the creek chubs up in there. I think that big one's probably hunkered down somewhere. But that's all right, we already got us a big one that we can cook up here. So let's get working on that. Now here's my main concern here, is if this is actually gonna fit in the pan or not. Let's see. Yeah, no way, that's not fitting in that pan. We gotta give it a good wash off anyways, but I think what we'll do, we're just gonna cook one portion of this trout. Or maybe we'll just cut it in half and eat both portions here. We'll go ahead and cut it in half. Our cooking rock is not too sturdy right now. Here we go. Both portions of trout here. Just look at that meat in the sun. Just gorgeous. It's got a nice orange tint to it. Looks really nice. We got a nice pool down here we can wash off in. Just make sure we get this trout nice and clean. There we go. So we'll go ahead and set our trout up here. Oh, yeah, this spot's still not too sturdy, but we'll make it work. We'll set our trout in the pan for now. Now what we'll do is we'll take this rock here, place it there. That way we got a little bit of a seat area here. All right, so now we got some of our Slappy Mama seasoning. Some of the best seasoning for trout. It should be real nice. I just want to point out too, as you can probably see, I got some of my Fishing with Semper merch on. If you guys want to check it out, links in the description. We have a bunch of cool designs, so feel free to check it out if you want to. You don't have to buy anything, just check out the cool designs we got. Look at that, boys. Beautiful. Now we can go ahead and get some oil up in this pan. We'll let that oil start getting nice and hot so we can put our trout up in there. That oil gets hot pretty quick, so we're just gonna go ahead and throw it right up in there. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm probably just gonna end up taking the tail piece home because this is actually a good chunk of meat in here. Looking real nice. Because this is such a big chunk of meat, it's probably gonna take a little bit longer to cook than usual. So what I like to do is I like to rotate it right on its back meat so it cooks through that thicker part first. Listen to that sizzle, that is great. This trout already smells phenomenal. This is a lot bigger than the brook trout that I'm used to cooking. It's actually cooking real fast. I'm gonna turn that heat down a little bit. It's splattering everywhere. But we still got a good chunk of tail meat right here too. And what I'll probably actually end up doing is just freezing this at home, or I'll cook it for my dogs or something. But this is a big chunk of meat already as it is. And when you have a big trout like this, it's real important that you cook it all the way through. When you're out here in the wild, you don't necessarily have to worry about too much, but you still never really want to eat raw trout. Oh, I gotta say, I was a little bit worried when we first came here. We were only catching creek chubs, which is really, really concerning. Usually when I catch creek chubs, there's usually no trout, but we were able to get it done at this little stretch here today, which I'm really glad we were. We drove 30 minutes to get here. So I'm really stoked that we were able to catch my PB brook trout out of here. But I already kicked the pan off. Take a look at this trout. Right now we just got the pan cooling on down. As you can see, the bones on the ribs are actually already separating from the meat, which is usually a sign that it's already nicely done. But I like to make sure my trout cools down in this cast iron, because the cast iron gets really hot. But once this pan cools down, we'll start eating. But thank you guys so much already for just watching this video through. I love seeing the watch time go up. It's amazing to see you all watching for longer. If you guys have any other recommendations for seasonings for me to try or anything for me to fish for, just let me know. I'm hopefully going to be doing some trout and crawfish videos here pretty soon, so I'm really stoked about that. But thank you guys so much for the support. It's absolutely amazing. I know I'm rambling on, but we're just waiting for this trout to finish up, but we'll go ahead and cut to it being done now. So we'll see you guys then. All right, this is all nice and done and cooled off. Go ahead and get us a good bite here. Look at that. It's a beautiful bite. Got a big old bone. There it is. That taste though is crazy good. That slapia mamas on trout just goes so long, just takes it a long way. Just adds right onto the flavor of the trout. Get a big old piece of this back meat here. Oh man. Just look at how much meat was on this trout. A lot more than usual when I eat brook trout. Usually our brook trout are really, really small. But the size, there's just so much meat on this fish. Do you want to bite? It's good, isn't it?
The seasoning's good.
Yeah. This brook trout, it doesn't taste like normal trout. Brook trout's a lot different. It's got like a really smooth meat taste to it. You want another bite? Oh man. We gotta flip this trout over here. Got another piece here. Fins come right out. Bon appetit. Oh man. Oh, look at that piece. That is a big piece of trout. Ooh, we almost lost it too. Couple bones there. Oh man. Let's go ahead and try to get the rest of the meat right off the bones here. Look at that. Boom. And now we're fully boneless. Want a piece without skin? That's a big bite. Oh man. That trout went down real quick. That is good. Oh man. Well, that trout is all gone. I think this is gonna be a good spot where we can end the video off. We just hammered that trout down. That trout is so good. I still have some in my mouth. I probably shouldn't be talking with food in my mouth, but. Big spider?
Yeah. I'm out of here.
My girlfriend just saw a big spider, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. It means the world to me. What a fun day out here though. We caught our PB brook trout. I couldn't be more stoked about that. I probably should have got a weight on it, but it was probably around 2 pounds. But still, what a great time out here. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video, and we will catch you guys in next week's video. See you later, guys.